Thank you everyone for joining us again today, and welcome to Mr. Brad Hickman, our Parks and Recreation Department Director. So thank you for being with us, Brad.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mayor.
So we're excited to hear about the updates with some of our parks and direction in the city. I know one of the projects, one of the big projects that's currently in the works, even maybe we're not seeing actually dirt being moved yet, but we hope to soon, or at least later this year, is Smith Ranch Park. Can you give us an update on that? What's happening there? What is that park about?
Yeah, so Smith Ranch Park, we've been working on that for probably a little under a year, trying to get the design concept, and I really feel like the concept and the design is there on the park. The real components that we're waiting on at this point is we're trying to finalize the skate park area and get that design formalized. And then the next thing is we're trying to finalize what the playground areas will look like in that park. So those are the two big things that we're kind of waiting on as staff, and just trying to work with these different design entities to make sure that we have all the components that we want to add in these areas. Then I think we'll be able to get those construction documents completed and try to move forward and see if we can get this park built.
I think this Smith Ranch Park is really going to be another statement park for the city. It's a good sized park. It's not massive. It's not as big as Corey Wright, but it is a good sized park, but mostly because of all of the components that are planned to go into this park to make it all work. And you mentioned the skate park portion, but can you tell us some of the other parts and pieces of what's going to make this park special?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a park that's a really innovative park. I haven't seen very many other parks with this kind of design aspect to it. And this one's interesting because you have the natural Tickville wash that runs on the edge of the park, in which we're going to try to leave that all natural as much as we can. And then as you come across the park, you're going to get into more of a manicured native section. And then as you move across the park even further, then you'll run into your play fields or your recreation fields. And we're really trying to limit the amount of turf that we're using. And so that turf will be really minimized to just those recreation field areas. And a lot of the other park space will just be native component. And I think it's really innovative because I think it's a direction that we need to go in the future in trying to maximize, our water usage, but still establishing like good quality parks and usable parks for the residents in the community.
We will look forward to that. Can you give us a little bit of a timeline for our expectations?
Yeah, we're looking to wrap up these designs probably in the next 6 weeks. I'm planning on having construction documents by early fall. I think the project will go out to bid in the fall. We would probably have an anticipated completion date of the park sometime in the middle of next year. I don't have a firm month, but I would say the summer of 2023 is kind of the timeline that we're shooting for.
Yeah, that would be great if by the time we hit next summer we're able to use that park and enjoy it. Particularly for the ranches area has grown quite a bit, and there's lots of commercial going on over there, and so it's a big draw. And being able to have a nice and unique park with lots of amenities there will be a great addition. So what other park amenities and improvements are underway or happening?
So I think the other one is we're still working on the building design for the observatory in the Walden Park. And so what that means is we're trying to figure out all the aspects of the building to make it a viable building that has a roll-off roof, that the telescopes can fit in, that has all the equipment that we need to not only have just residents go out to look into a telescope, but maybe also have opportunities to project the telescope through TV monitors and all sorts of things. There's a lot of things in the future that may come that we don't know exactly what it's going to be, but we want to utilize that facility the best we can. And so basically where we're at with that project right now is we're thinking that we'll probably have design documents done sometime around the 1st of September. And the goal would be to try to build this one in the fall through the winter and have it open in the spring of 2023.
We're starting to see some of the pictures come from the new NASA telescope. Is it called the Webb telescope, I believe? And those pictures, the clarity and everything is amazing. And the fact that we'll have two good size telescopes here in Eagle Mountain, that's just a fun thing. Combined with, our dark sky ordinance, we'll have people from UVU coming in to manage all that, and the fact that it's funded by Meta, our Facebook partners. So a lot of great things that I look forward to this adding a lot to our community. So what else is happening in the city? Of course, we're dealing with drought situations. We're a rapidly growing city. We are geographically, we're one of the largest in the state. And so, yeah, there are a lot of landscaping and maintenance needs and doing everything we can water conservation wise, but at the same time, have a beautiful, well-maintained city. Can you shed any light on the direction there?
Yeah, this season, compared to some of the other seasons, this has been a little bit rougher season. We know that there's been some flaws in some of the landscaping, and we've received a lot of feedback from the community just on areas that are not being maintained or missed. And we feel like as a staff we've heard that from the residents, and I recommend that the residents continue to use the portal and submit those requests to us so we make sure that those areas are on our radar.
So even like a broken sprinkler,
yes,
or maybe a misaligned sprinkler for whatever reason, yeah, they can use that portal, and the more specific, the more detail, the faster we can track that down and remedy it.
Yes, I'd like to say that we've been very responsive through the portal in trying to take all of the complaints or all of the input from the portal and respond to it in a reasonable timeline and try to correct these issues. And if they can supply us with the detail, that'll help us. And so we just look for the residents to continue to point us in the areas that maybe are being missed or overseen, so that we can continue and
we want
make sure it's right.
We want to invite residents. If you see something, please let us know, because that helps us greatly. So don't hesitate to log into the portal. You can do it. Just go right into that on your phone. And it just takes a minute or two, perhaps, and we can respond.
Yeah, and like I said, though, this year it's been a different year. We've had some challenges with some of the maintenance and some learning curves and some things like that. But as a staff member of the Parks Department, we're committed to listen to these responses coming from the residents, and we visually see some of the same things that are coming in with the comments, and we're committed to trying to make those changes and make those adjustments and maintain the city to a degree that the residents feel like they should have it, and we wouldn't want it any other way. We feel just as strongly that we want to make sure that we have a well-maintained city that represents us well and showcases us well. And so any resident, I just challenge them, if they see things, send it over to us so that we can look at it and make adjustments and correct those issues.
So thanks for being with us, Brad. Thanks for our viewers, and we'll return again with another interview soon. So thank you for joining us.